All right. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like shit today. When I woke up, I did not feel ready or prepared for the day at all. I didn't get good sleep last night, so it's not like I don't know why. But I feel like it's important to just be honest, because I feel like so many fitness motherfuckers, or just anybody that preaches online, they're always on about some shit about how, like, discipline and motivation isn't real and all this stuff. Like, yeah, motivation isn't real. I will agree with that, because motivation is fleeting. But you really got to do with what you got sometimes, you know?
All right.
Thank you, my friend. If you guys didn't know, I'm from Jersey, which is like one of 2 states where you're not allowed to pump your own gas, which I personally think is pretty stupid, but it is what it is. Yeah, so this is going to be a little yap sesh while I'm on my way to the gym, and I'm just going to tell you guys about like where I'm at and shit with my fitness. So if you read the title of this video, this is why you should lose weight. And I'm telling you that you should lose weight, not to shame you, not to make you feel like shit, not to make you feel bad about yourself, but you know, sometimes you do have to feel a little bad about yourself in order for some good to come from it. But I'm gonna say it like this. First things first, you owe it to yourself. You really do. You owe it to yourself to fucking lose weight. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you don't know how different people will treat you when you treat yourself better. You just don't know. And it's not your fault. For someone like me personally, growing up, I wasn't taught a good relationship to food. I wasn't taught how to treat food with respect and to eat to a point that was respectful to your body's wishes. I was just overeating all the time and honestly just pigging out on whatever the fuck I wanted. And that got me to the accomplishment of being 420 something pounds at the age of 19. I worked at LA Fitness. I worked at a gym when I was 400 something pounds, and I was doing sales. And I think the craziest thing that I experienced was working there heavy and working there more fit and more in shape. Because my thing that I always say to people is like, who the fuck is gonna buy a gym membership from somebody who looks like they need one, right? But even deeper than that, it's just like, people can't trust you when you can't be trusted alone to do the right things with your body. So I got to see how people treated me when I was 400 pounds, which wasn't making a lot of sales, always getting pushed back, you know, and every objection that they had was pretty much valid because it was coming from somebody who, you know, wasn't practicing what they preach. And then I came back and I was working there as, sorry, I was looking to see because it looked like my volume wasn't working. I was working there as somebody who was fit, in shape, took care of themselves, practiced what they preached, and I made a lot more sales. I had a lot more positive interactions with people. I just felt better about myself as a whole while trying to make the sales more confident. And I feel like it all ties in to that. So first things first is you owe it to yourself, because you don't know what you're capable of or the treatment that you would receive, right? Number 2 is you owe it to yourself for your health. And that should be number 1, but I'm just rambling off on what's on the top of my mind. But it should be for your health as well. Me personally, I started my weight loss journey off of wanting aesthetics and wanting to look better and be more confident and, you know, basically prove myself wrong, that I wasn't just supposed to be a fat fuck and, you know, there was more out there for me and shit. But the second thing is your health. My knees were shot. I played football, so that didn't really help with injuries and things like that I had been susceptible to at times. And just overall, your body just hurts. It's more fatigued. It's got to carry around so much more weight. Your heart has to work harder, so your sleep is shit. I had ex-girlfriends in the past tell me that, like, I used to scare them when I was sleeping because I would, like, stop breathing and then start breathing again in my sleep. And those were things that scared the fuck out of me, because I'm like, dude, you're a fucking teenager still. Why are you having this hard a time breathing? Like, you got to get a grip. So for your health, I can tell you now that I have never felt better than how I feel now. That doesn't mean I don't have days where I wake up and I still don't feel like I got all that gas. But for the most part, I feel a million times better now than I did at 400 something pounds. Next reason why you should lose weight. You should lose weight because there are so many things you hold yourself back from doing because you're too big. One of my things was going on a roller coaster. Now, I don't like roller coasters, period. But if I wanted to, when I was really heavy, I probably wouldn't have been allowed to because there's weight limits. I don't know, trampoline parks, going like jumping, cliff jumping with friends. I did that. I was never, ever, ever confident enough that I could do that. Going on a run. Somebody just asked you, hey, you want to go on a run? You probably wouldn't be able to do it, most likely. And now I have that freedom to go and do that. Or go play this sport with me, or come do this, or we should go play pickleball, or, let's try rock climbing. Now, I was not able to go rock climbing and climb the fucking whole wall because I'm just a big fucking dude. But you get what I'm saying. I was willing to attempt it and got up a lot further than I would have been able to if I was still that heavy kid. So yeah, giving yourself the opportunity to do the things that you hold yourself back from doing, that's another reason why I believe that you should lose weight. Another thing, my fourth thing that I would say of why you should lose weight is because if you have people around you that love you, care for you, and respect you, you owe it to them. Your mom, your dad, siblings, your significant other, they love you for who you are. But I'm sure that every one of them wants you to be your best self. And when you're overeating and you're not exercising and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not loving yourself. So you owe it to them. They want you to love yourself. They want you to take care of yourself and do what it takes in order to be healthy. So doing it for the people around you that care for you is another big reason of why you should lose weight. And the last one that I want to talk about is love, but self-love, and how it affects your relationships, both romantic and friendships. I was someone who struggled with my own self-image for a really long time. And still sometimes to this day I do. And that's human, that's normal. But the level of insecurity and the amount of self-hate that I would bring to myself with my thoughts because I wasn't happy with how I looked before was so saddening to me when I had this realization not too long ago. And I was just sitting by myself in my car and I just thought to myself, I was like, I tell myself I love myself every day. But the level of pride and how proud I am of myself for how far I've come makes me love myself so much more than I ever even really knew was possible. And not in a narcissistic way, in a confidence and like, I'm fucking proud of you, man, type of way. And it is just this radiating feeling of just love. And I feel like I'm able to accept love from friends and people who compliment me and my family. And I was just in a relationship, but recently got out of a relationship. But I don't think that I've ever been able to feel love the way that I felt love in that relationship because I love myself as much as I do now. So the last thing I would say and reason why you should lose weight is because you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, that should be a part of your journey to loving yourself. Because the days, nights, mornings, weekends, weekdays, holidays, every fucking day that you spend in the gym or outside walking or just doing some kind of physical activity to make yourself better builds your self-image. It builds the trust between you and yourself that you will do things for yourself out of love. And I believe that you owe it to yourself for your own image. I believe that you owe it to yourself for your own health. You owe it to the people around you who love you and care for you. You owe it to your heart and your own self-image to love yourself and to take care of yourself. And you owe it to yourself to find, unlock, and discover your true potential as a human being on this earth. Because you get one opportunity to have this experience. And I don't think any of us sat in elementary school and dreamed of being overweight. I don't think any one of us sat in elementary school and dreamed of having health conditions that were avoidable through diet and exercise. I don't believe any of us sat and dreamed of having to be in the position to lose the weight. But you are, and you need to act on it today. We don't wait till Monday. We don't wait till tomorrow. We don't wait till you get this, or you have the right gym outfit, or you have, all the right food in your house. Like, start today. Make a healthier eating decision today. Go on a 10-minute walk. Do things for yourself that express self-love, and make an effort to lose weight. Number one, first for yourself. Number two, for the people around you. Number three, for your ultimate potential. I know that there's a vision in here. You see yourself for what you could be. I used to see myself for what I could be. And it didn't matter if anybody else around me saw it or felt it too, because I felt it. And I was the one that was in control of whether or not it was gonna happen. And I made that shit fucking happen. And if I made that shit happen, you can fucking make that shit happen. So remember to keep following your vision. Hit that like and subscribe button so more people can follow theirs. And until the next time, peace.